Hey everyone, welcome back to Stealth School. Last time we took on the Fury and we took him out non-lethally, so that means he dropped his special camo. Make sure you pick that up before you get up this ladder. And make sure you also pick up the extra tranquilizer ammo and the extra suppressor for the tranquilizer. And once we reach the top, we'll be in Groznyj Grad, so the first thing you want to do is roll up these stairs and make your way towards these two crates here. And run in between them, and make sure you roll right where I roll. That's going to make it so the guy up north won't be able to see you. He'll notice you, but he won't cause an alert or anything. And once you're here, just go north and make your way up to that red door that leads to the next map. And in this next map here, we're going to use that second magazine that we got a couple episodes ago. And we're going to throw it right before we get to those barrels, and that's going to make it so one of the guards up here is distracted and we can just sneak behind him and he won't turn around. And this guy's looking down, so he won't be able to see you either. And make your way into that door to get into the lab. Now in this lab area, there's a really cool trick to take out Raikov fast and to steal his clothes quickly. And what you want to do is equip your box and use it to do the flinch trick on this guy here. But there's a special way you have to do it. You have to equip your box, of course, make him flinch, and then kind of loop down towards this wall here. And once you're a couple steps in front of him, then roll. And then equip your box, unequip it when you make it to the second set of stairs, and roll up those two stairs, and shoot the ground here. That's going to make Raikov run away. Use the flinch trick on him, and he's going to catch a glimpse of you, and he's going to want to know what's going on, so he's going to follow you into this room. And to make sure he sees you, make Snake press up against the wall and lean out so only his head is sticking out to make sure that Raikov will come after you. And once he gets to that little tree there, shoot the wall and make him run towards this little divider here and then knock him out. And then you just have to drag him like a step or two. And once you have him knocked out, make sure you equip his uniform as well as his mask and make your way through these doors here. And through this long hallway. And then out this door. And then just trigger this cutscene with these two guards here. Sir. Make sure you do not save after the torture sequence. I skipped the torture cutscene, but make sure you do not save when the game prompts you to. So after the torture sequence, we're going to end up in a jail cell, and that's where we're going to save. And after you reload your save, the first thing you want to do is equip your cigar, and I'll tell you why in a second. And you're going to notice that you have a beeping going off if you open up your survival gear, and that's because you have a transmitter on you that Ocelot planted on you. And you're going to want to take it out with this fork that's laying in the jail cell. And it's also going to make a fake death pill pop out. And then Johnny's going to give you a poisoned bat or a rotten bat. Throw it back at him, and make sure you throw it where I threw it. That's going to make him distracted while you open up the jail cell. And it's also going to allow you to, once you escape the jail cell, to CQC him without being caught. And if you didn't know the frequency, it's 14475, and that opens the jail cell. And equip your revolver or your single action army, and that's going to make it so you can CQC Johnny. And make sure, this is very important, that after you CQC him, you don't just leave. You have to shake him to get some smoke grenades, and we're going to use those to escape Groznyj Grad. And the reason why we're using the cigar is to make our health go lower for the Sorrow fight. Right when you step out the store, throw this rotten bat, and that's going to distract the guy down south, and then equip your grenades to mask the footsteps and sneak behind this guy. And then crawl through this vent here. So this next map is really easy. You just basically have to stay running along this southern wall here. And a couple of guards will notice you, but there's nothing they can do, they're too far away. once you get over to the side, just run through this red door. So this is where we're going to use our smoke grenades that we got off Johnny's body, and you're going to throw the first one once you get to this red and white cone looking thing, and aim a little higher using first person view so we can get both these guys distracted. And you're going to throw the second one once you get to the last square on the ground, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It has like the yellow lines going across it diagonally, and that's so we can distract the dog as well. And then go through this unlocked gated area under these pipes, and there's going to be another set of pipes you crawl under. And that's going to trigger the cutscene that makes Snake climb this ladder into the sewers. And once we're in the sewers, we're going to have a short codec call from Eva when you reach the bottom of the ladder. Make sure you skip that. And once you skip that, make sure you go over this little small fence here and hurt yourself further for the sorrow fight by jumping off. And there are dogs that chase you in this area, but they're pretty much a joke. Unless you're really slow or you mess up a couple times, they won't be able to hurt you or anything. So the first area you want to go to is through this small little, I guess, crawl space. And I'll see if I can get a dog to chase me so you guys can see how slow they are. So for the second area, you would have gone up those first stairs here. But I'm going to try to make a dog chase me, so you guys can see. I think they run the same pace as Snake does. Yeah, pretty much. And you can even just stand there for a second and they won't attack you, so don't do this, but it's just to show you guys that it's not too much of a threat. And then go back out to the middle here, and that'll be it. And we're on to the sorrow fight from here. Now for the sorrow fight, all we have to do is drown ourselves, and that's going to go by really fast since we're already pretty weak from the fall and from using the cigar this whole time. And once you're dead, use the fake death revival pill. And our next mission is to meet up with Eva. So skip all the cutscenes and codec calls. And since we took out that transmitter back in the jail cell, the Ocelot unit isn't going to be waiting for us here, since they don't know we ended up or washed up over here. So you don't have to worry about guards or enemies over here. A lot of people don't know that. So we're just making our way towards the cave behind the waterfall, where Eva's waiting for us with our stuff. Once you're finished skipping all the cutscenes, we're going to run through this tunnel here and stock up on supplies. Over here there's a suppressor for the M19. There's going to be some trank ammo coming up here. I think some AK ammo or some random gun ammo up here. And make sure before you go up the ladder to the next map, you pick up this box. That's extremely important for this next section. And once you've done that, there's some more ammo for the tranquilizer, and then go up the slider onto the next map. So once you resurface onto Groznyj or Grad, the first thing we're going to do is rearm ourselves. So you can unequip your single action army, your fork, and the smoke grenades, and equip your C3, the 2 pistols, as well as the gas cigar. And then you're going to shoot at this fence to the right of the dog here to distract him. Run against this tank That's going to distract the two guys to the right, and then run diagonally across this tank. You have to do that. That makes the guy up there go around this tank to try and investigate what the box is. And while they're doing all that, you can just make your way towards this truck here. And the reason why that cardboard box before we went up the ladder to come up to Groznyj Grad was important was for this part right here. It transports you directly to the inside the Shagohod's hangar. But before we go there, I'm going to slow down this last section that we did because it's kind of complicated. So again, re-equip all your stuff that you need. You really only need the C3, the M19, the tranquilizer, and the gas cigars. And once you've got all that, exit out. Well, also equip your box. But after you equip all those things, make sure you shoot with your M19 to the right of this dog against this fence here. Then equip your box right away and run across the first tank to your right, diagonally. That's going to distract the two guys. Then run straight and run diagonally across this tank. This is really important. And do it slow. And you should be able to slip behind this guy because he's distracted on box that he thought he saw. And once you do that, there's no enemies north of you, so you can just make your way to the tank. I like to keep the box equipped just in case. It doesn't slow you down or anything. And make sure it's cardboard box B, not A, since we have two now. B takes you right to the warehouse where Shagohod is being kept. Now that we're in the warehouse, I'll show you guys how to plant all 4 charges in an easy and consistent way. First, roll over these crates and equip your tranquilizer, then headshot this guy up here. Roll up this ramp, and make sure to fire 1 shot against this wall here. Then equip your C3 and plant the first charge. Equip your box and run down this hill, and that's going to make it so this guy won't know what's going on when he spots you. Then plant the second charge. Skip this small little codec call here. And make sure your box is equipped once it's over. And run out the same way you came in. Then go to your left and run in between these 2 trucks. Unequip your box and run to your left. And there's going to be the area to plant the third charge. Then run straight down. Up these stairs. And the area to plant the last charge is going to be right here. So after you skip all the cutscenes, the game's going to ask you if you want to save. Make sure you say no. Instead, we're going to save at the beginning of the Volgan fight. And that's going to be it for this episode, so make sure you save here. And next episode, I'll show you how to take on Volgan non-lethally so we get the Cold War camo. I hope you guys learned something new and enjoyed this episode, and see you guys next time.